Alrighty, so I think this is episode 4. I still don't know the title of the video series I want to make. But I was thinking about some stuff last night, did some quick look arounds, and I thought I'd do a little bit today. So I'm trying to think of ways. I've gotten down the whole exploring side of it somewhat as an alpha character. The ultimate goal is to make enough S to become an omega character, but then also not be held down to that's all you're grinding at to be able to build something. So you've got to be able to make enough money ISK to pay for your account, but also play. So, let's see here. Amos here is started on 222. It's 225. So I guess this is the 4th day. And I've been able to accumulate almost 100 million ISK worth of stuff. Not going to get a whole lot today, I don't think. Maybe after I stop doing this video, but I'm doing a little bit of research today. And it's a work day, so don't have as much time. But what I can do is look at a few things. My first thought was, okay, I'm starting to accumulate a bunch of wreckage, a bunch of salvaged items. And I looked at this after I stopped the video last night a little bit, but I thought I'd do a lot more today. My thought is I could sell the stuff that I get from the data sites, these decryptors, but could I actually start making some rigs that I could sell? And would I make more money off of it? So what I tried yesterday was to look at items that I'm getting a lot of, like a charred microcircuit or this contaminated Lorentz fluid or damaged artificial. You see what I'm talking about here. Go with something basic to start off with. I'm obviously getting a few other ones here, but I want to stay with the basic ones. So decided to go in here, and it gives you a description, but then it also gives you all of the blueprints that the charred microcircuit works with. Wow, you can really tell I didn't get all. I got a decent amount of sleep, but this was a rough day at work. So, my thought was, okay, smaller items probably take less to build with. So, and then, is there something here that a lot of people would buy? And then, do I have the salvaged parts to actually build that? So, decided to come in and let's just look for, well, just trying to see here if there's a good one. Small thermal shield reinforcer. Warp core optimizer. Bunch of stuff there that you don't think I need. I'm looking for something pretty basic. It's all medium, so let's go with small. Core defense, control range augmenter. Those are drone stuff. Could go with a shield reinforcer. Am I using the gravity capacitor upgrade? Yeah, I am. Okay, so what if I were to build something that I already use? Let's take a look at this. So, To make one of these, first I would need to skill up jury rigging, and then I would need 4 fried interface circuits. Do I have any of those? I do. I got 100, so I got a lot of those. Charred micro circuit. So a chart, I got 100, I got a lot of those. Okay. Damaged artificial neural network. Do I have any of those? Damage. Wow, I got a lot of all 3 of those. Those are 3 of my largest ones. So my thought is, first, let's see how much there it is. There's my calculator. How much each one of these is. So I should have a notepad in here someplace. I'm just trying to. I could be using outside stuff. I'm trying to use stuff within the game just to get used to it. I know down the road I'll use other stuff, but there's a notepad. Okay. And I'll make a new note. And all this would be within the game, so if I do pull it up on another system, which I don't have, but if I were, it would all be right in there. So let's see here. We're going to do small gravity capacitor cost. Okay. So got that there. And I know I've got plenty of all 3 of these. So let's see how much. Oh, dang it. Fried capacity. I messed that up. Show info. Where were you? Gravity. There it is. Okay. So got that there. Don't think I need that anymore. Where'd I put my calculator? If you don't do it, you won't get used to doing it, and so even though I'm making mistakes here, maybe down the road will help me. What did that say? Why isn't it letting me bring up the calculator? Utilities? Calculator. There it is. Okay. So, fried interface circuit. Let's see how much it costs on the market. How much I could sell it for. So the high price that I could sell it for is $16.30 in this region. Maybe I could get it someplace else, but we're going to go with $16.30 and times 4 equals 65.20. 65.20. Okay, charred microcircuit. View market details. I could sell it for 185. So 185 times 3 is. I can 99% of the time I do this in my head, but 45. So it should be 655. Am I right? I need to know. 185 times 3, 555. Oh, wow. Okay. 555. And then 2 chart artificial networks. 266 times 2. So 512. 512. Yeah. So 512. So that's how much each one of those would cost. There aren't any other costs involved here other than the actual manufacturing cost of it. So, calculator back up. Oh, I had it up. I wonder if this gets bigger. They should make it so it gets bigger. Okay, so 6520 times, plus 555 plus 512. I think this is maybe the most basic thing I could make. 7587. So total 7 is cost of the parts for that. Now, view market details. See, there's something. Huh. Wow. I gotta be off with that because it would cost me on parts $75.87 to make. I've got sellers here, but I don't have buyers. So the question is, how many of these are being sold in the area? What I need to do is fly to Dodixie. I think that's one of the main hubs. That's where I was. Set destination. So I think that's where I'd want to haul these to and sell them to. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So that's my first thought is, and actually on the way, maybe I can see if I can buy this anywhere along the way. Details, so I can buy it for 125,000 ISK almost anywhere. Cool. So, what are the positives? In selling something like this off the top of my head, I'm fine with heat and come. It would go into ships similar to mine, so a lot of people who have looked up the fitting of the basic sets. They're also starting players, so maybe they die a lot, so they'd have to refit up. And if I could make in the roundabouts, well, I gotta see, that's big, so just wondering how much, that can't be selling in Dodixie for 65,000 ISK. If that's the truth, then I could basically almost, not even, I mean, that's like 10 times, almost 10 times the amount of the cost. If that's true, then I'm definitely getting into the mimetic rigs business. Alrighty, as I'm getting closer, maybe I can check different regions. I don't know if I've switched regions. Okay, so that's a little bit different. So here it's selling for 35,000. So it cost me 7,500 to make, and sold in the right area, I could make up to 35. I'd have to find people who would be willing to buy it at that price. As you can see here, buyers are only buying them for 490. So, question is, would people buy it? if they bought it, even if I undersold it, if I undersold it at, let's say, 25,000, and somebody were to buy them and try to resell them at 35, I'd still be almost quadrupling my money just off the material costs. I don't know what the manufacturing costs are. It's things like that. So still 35,000. Just want to see what it goes for under Dixie. How far away am I? I have a decent number of jumps. If it stays above 30,000 for a sale, I'm going to pick up a rig and take it right back with me and start building some. Just to get started on it and see how that works. Um, I might start looking at some other ones. Might be a good start. Because, I could sell the salvaged material, but as you saw, the prices were, uh, I, it'd be a lot simpler, but I'd be losing so much possible money. And these are items that I could use too. So I don't have to do a whole lot. Even if I were to die, I would still have the rigs. Okay, the Dixie's and Sick Liaison. I still got about 4 jumps till I get to that region. Drinking a lot of water. I'm really tired from work. Did move my my headshot up here. I was watching another guy's videos today. I watch a lot of videos. That's where I picked up a lot of the stuff right away. And he actually had his video up here, which at first I was like, that's a little weird. Then I realized he's covering up where he's at, which is smart, so people can't find him. I don't know if I'm doing it for that reason, but okay. So here, looks like they're running for 27,000. Still worthwhile, even if it's over 15,000. I'm doubling my money. Just got like this is in Genesis, the Genesis region. We got one more jump till I get to one more jump after this one. Sync liaison, I think, and I can see what the. As long as it doesn't go. Once it gets under 20,000, then I start questioning. Okay, is this the right thing to buy or sell? Still, I think it's worthwhile, but it'd be a good spot to start with, I think. Corner the market on small gravity capacitor upgrades. I did, while I'm flying back, I did. What is that? Oh, I did start that up. I wanted to hold on to that. As a new player, they gave me this booster, so I guess that's running. 27,000. I'm still in Genesis. I got one more jump. I thought I was one away. I got my skilling up one more, so I think I've got all the alpha, all the skills that I can do as an alpha for scanning at the top levels they can be. So, but there's other things involved with scanning, so, and that can help me with other ships. Okay, here we go. I think, there we go. Okay, so that's huge. If you sell stuff in Sync Liaison, then I could come in here and put them up for sale at even at 50,000 ISK, and maybe try that out. Um, or I could sell them outright for 19,000. So that's pretty cool. I could literally turn around and go over to Genesis, buy up what was there, bring it back over here, sell it. I don't know how much money I would make. Or the biggest thing with the selling thing, from what I understand, if it's like a real market, is that while these prices are here, you have to have somebody who's willing to buy it. As you can tell, somebody put something up for this price and then that price, and so they kept getting undersold. So this guy here he's got 13 things up for sale, and he's got to have all these get sold before him, or he needs to change his pricing. So I don't want to do that. If I wanted to sell them immediately, I could sell 19 of them to this guy for 19,000. That's given money. Um, so do I swing in here and do I sell them for like 40,000 isk? I could do that. Somebody could gobble them up real quick and try to resell them at like 53,000, but I'm hurting the market that way. So it's interesting. I mean, this is the second part of it, Eve. But yeah, I'm definitely. Let's see where if I can find some place to buy. I want to buy this. View market details. Um, oh wait, no, I don't want that. I want the actual rig. View market. The actual blueprint. So that one's only 2 jumps away. Set destination. I'm good. Jump. And buy this. I'm going to buy one. Go pick it up and take it back to my station. And if I remember, if I scout it out correctly, the station I'm in, I can build and research. So I'm not sure how much researching this would lower the cost here. I think the most it can research the material is like 10%, so I don't think it would drop it down, but maybe it will. But I can try. This is a really simple rig that I can build. And then maybe if this works out, I could try maybe something a little bit more expensive as I accumulate more salvage goods. So we'll try this out. I'll pick this rig up, or this blueprint up. So we got that. So we know what we're doing there. We know we're going to try it out. And we know the investment isn't that much either, which is kind of cool. So I'm just using some of the basic rigs. I'm not using the expensive ones that I could really sell for good price. Dock it up. So, while I'm doing that, I want to go in here and currently am still skilling up Galente Frigate. I'm going to leave that in there. But what I want to do is look at skills that will help me either fly an exploration ship or any possible ship that I use. I was doing a little bit of research today on how to fight things in wormholes. That will be way down the road, but I was looking up some battleships and stuff like that that might be useful. Oh, that's what I was doing. Just picking up my blueprint. Really sorry about the owner. It's on my work days, I just get worn out hard. Really 12-hour days and just physically and mentally exhausting. Undock that. and I'm going back to sleeves. Before I do anything, let's make sure. I am so sleepy, you probably saw me do it. Okay, I do have it in my system, so many times I have left a station, flown halfway across the galaxy, and then remembered I never put it into my ship. So I'm on my way. Now, while I'm flying, that's one thing I like, is while you're flying from one place to another, I can spend some time doing a little research. My first thought is to be able to, if I'm in a wormhole and somebody warps in on me, I want to be able to get away from them as quickly as possible. So I think evasive maneuvering is one of the things I want to look at. Jump, jump. So improved skill at efficiently turning and accelerating a spaceship, 5% improved agility for all ships per skill level. Okay, big bonus. One. Is this my one? My finger is not straight. One. I need to cut my fingernail too. One is the fact that it will help me to get away. It's going to increase my agility so I can turn and move and maybe get to warp faster if somebody's trying to kill me. But number two, and maybe most importantly, where it says 5% improved ship agility for all ships per skill level. So that's every ship that I fly from here on out. My evasive maneuvering is going to help. So those are skills that I really want to work on right now. So the first one only takes 2.5 hours. So we're going to throw that in here. I could do another one at 14. Drive efficiency. Nope. I think I'm going to do a second one. I like it. There we go. So I got 14 hours of evasive maneuvering, and that'll be at full skill. Let me look at what is navigation here. Skill at regulating power output of ship's thrusters. No, I don't need that too much. Hey, down the road, that's helpful. Again, that helps with all ships, so I like it. But as far as the immediacy, it doesn't help me a whole lot. Ooh, I do know what I do need. I need jury rigging from that thing that had it before. Sorry, just reading some corp stuff. I like being in the NPC corp. There's a lot of newbies in here asking some regular questions. I'm sure down the road I'll either join or make my own corp. But I do kind of like just jumping in here. On my days off, I like getting the conversations. But on days where I'm tired, like right now, at least seeing people talk, maybe I could pick up a few things in there. But I don't feel like I'm being barraged with stuff. So, jump. I could do a second level of jury rigging. General understanding of the inner workings of starship components allows makeshift modifications, requires learning and further study of the field. So I don't know if I need that. I'll let it sit for a while. Jump, jump. Ooh, you know what? I don't know if I have the ability to build things. Industry. Okay, so that allows a basic use of 4% reduction in manufacturing time per skill level. So that might be something I want to do. Wasn't there a research? Maybe it's under science here. Science level 4. How am I at level 4? That's weird. Okay. Production. There's production. No, 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 no. So it's production, trade. Jump. Just trying to think. I thought there was. Do I need a skill to research something? I thought I did. Resource processing, is it? Reactions. Mining upgrades. Ooh, you know what? That's something I want to look into is gas cloud harvesting. I keep going into these wormholes and there's gas clouds. I'm wondering if once I go in to live there, maybe that's another way I can make money. Because if I start living in a wormhole down the road, I've got a big idea on that. A really big one, but it's not something I can do right away. But it's something that can be huge. And I think other people would really like it. A different way of playing it goes back to way a long time ago, the way I used to play Risk, if you can believe it. This is going to sound crazy, but all my friends, whenever I was a kid, they knew that I loved strategy games, especially games like Risk. So whenever we would play Risk, they would all gang up on me right away because I would win a lot. I just loved strategy games, so they would gang up on me right away, so I wouldn't have much of a chance. So I had to adopt a way of playing. I called it a roving empire, where most people would try to lock down an area like Australia or South America or Europe, and then build off of that. What I would do is I would keep this amoeba type thing and move around the map in a random direction depending on how what everybody else did, because they would look at me as less of a threat because I didn't own anything and I was a nation without borders in a way. And so I would, every time it got to me, it left things open. While I didn't have the ability to get the extra bonus points for owning something, it allowed me more freedom. And then at some point, I would lock down an area. But they couldn't go after me right away because then they would have to worry about each other. And I was thinking about something similar to that with wormholes and ships and living in them. It's a big undertaking, but I think it might be the ultimate goal of what I'm shooting for. Um, and I've got some ideas. I'm still fleshing it out in my head. But probably a lot more to come for that. It's too late in the day and I'm too tired to go over it. But as I do more research on it, I'll definitely be talking about it. Okay, so got our blueprint here. Good. Now what do I need? Oh, I'm still waiting on the jury rig. Oh, can I? I could bump that up. So let's, not too worried about making one today. But I can at least see. Okay, so I guess I've got, it's allowing me there, and there. I wanted to start all skill requirements not met. Cool. So the cost there, price is 1,943, 8,000. So they're saying their estimated cost of these items are roughly 9,500 and that 10,500. I should have done that while I was in Dodixie. I should have saw what the same pricing was on the salvage goods. Not worried about it. I'm not, obviously I'm finding a lot of these, so I'll be able to find more. But so once I get my skill in here, I'll go ahead and do that. I wonder if, see, I was saying earlier, I thought I had to have a research skill. Maybe not. Maybe I just need that jury rigging skill. Okay, so we're going to give it a little bit of time. But that's where I'm at. I got my skills in. I got my first blueprint. I'm going to start trying to use some of these items here to make some blueprints, and then we'll see down the road if I'm making more money. Maybe tomorrow I'll get out a little bit more and do some more scanning. I'm going to get a little bit of more rest tonight. As you can tell with my yawning and stuff, I'm a little bit beat. So, alrighty. Other than that, I think we're good. Cut this one a little bit short. Have a good one.